Hi there and welcome. This is Mark from the Netherlands. I want to show you a demo about a real advanced Active Directory scripting, uh, specific PowerShell scripting. I'm going to demonstrate how you can create an Active Directory environment like containers, policies, user objects, groups, nested groups, and so on. I created a few scripts to export to XML from my current Active Directory. So I have a test environment where I have a lot of objects and group nesting. And on that environment I exported groups to XML files, like so. And in those XML files, all groups are dumped with information, also the members, so we can rejoin them again in the new environment when we created all groups. The same goes for global groups, for organizational units and for users. So what I did, I broke it down into pieces, and I created the script to export all GPOs. I created a script to export all organizational units, created a script for policies, for user objects, for global groups and domain local groups. And in those exports also the members and all relations are saved to XML, like so. Like the users I dumped from the other environment with the container they come in when we've created that, of course. Of course, there is a certain order in which things should be applied. For instance, you can't apply a policy if the organizational unit does not exist. The same goes for groups, of course. So the first step is always to create organizational unit first. And this is like a dump from my test environment, in which I have containers with paths, and the organizational units were captured with this script. I will open it, and this script has several functions, and this basically exports it to an XML file and exports all organizational units to XML, so we can import that later. And that the same case goes for the domain local, global groups, policies and user objects. I used the same approach for that, and I created one script to create all the Active Directory objects from the XML files. So first you run all these scripts to collect all information you need. This folder structure is automatically created. Then you use this one in the environment you wish to import all those objects, and that's this piece of code. So basically what we do here is set the default password for all the user objects we create. Here we replace the domain specific entries we wish to replace in the XML file. So this is my test environment, and I will replace that by that, and I will keep the same organizational structure as in the XML files. This is a piece of code to get the content from XML for the users. This is for the global groups, that's for the local groups, and for the organizational units. And the script then starts by creating the organizational units by using that XML file as input. As you can see, this is my current organizational unit structure. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to run only this piece of code. All other steps are already in memory. I've preloaded them because it takes a lot of time to import huge XML files, because for the users it's like 50 megabytes, it's like 120,000 users or something. So I will break it up in pieces. First, I create the Active Directory structure. You see a nice progress bar on what's going on. So when it's done, I've got one error: directory object not found. Not really interested in that now. So when I press F5, you see I have a different structure. You see, all structures I exported from my test environment came over, so I can use them now here, except they're empty. All the objects that need to be put into here, groups and such, are not present yet. You see, all new structures I created with that script was all from XML. So the second step is to create users. And the nice thing about the script, if you run this piece of code again, you can do that by press F8 in the script editor. Then only that piece of code runs and you see it already exists, so it's very fast. So, and when you do the same with the users, I'm going to create all users now in the containers we previously created here with the organization unit function above here. So when all users are created, we create the global groups, local groups, and we fix all membership of the groups. I will spare you some time because it has to create like 120,000 objects, like I said, so it'll take like an hour or so. So I will pause the video now and we continue when the users are created. And also nice to mention is about the create users function. It's also it does not recreate the user if it already exists. So it's only so if your script stops halfway, it gets interrupted by something, you can restart the script and it does not overwrite anything or generate errors. It just detects that the object is already there and it will skip it. So now all user objects have been created. Not all. I cheated a bit. I quitted the creation of the users. Not really needed for the demo. So I will continue creating the global groups. It's also specified by the XML input. So here you have the global groups, and this is the input file. You see it's like 130 megabytes. This global groups. It's interesting to open. There you can see I captured all information from all groups, exactly who was a member, dumped it all to XML, and you see, when I recreate the objects, they will be identical. So the creation of the groups will take some time. The XML is actually that large because it's not the count of groups but the members that are in it. Because there, like I said, I've got a few 120,000 users in my test environment, so and those are all members of groups, so that counts up. Also nice to notice here that when you I will demonstrate it. I will quit the script and I will recreate the global groups. Then you can see that it will skip all groups that are already created. It will only create the new ones. You see, already exists here. Goes a lot faster than creating the objects. It sees it already exists and then it changed to creating. So now it's creating the rest of the groups. And here you can see how I did the trick with the progress bar here. The above one, that's the outer loop, and there's an inner loop progress. That's the way it works. And here you can see 2 bars. Also it's a try catch per user group, so when one object fails creating, the script will just continue and create the next object. It's nice to notice here that when you specify silently continue on the get ID object, you still get an error, so you come in the catch block. I found that out the hard way, so it's nice to mention. As you can see, script is finished, the piece of code is finished. All groups are created, but still no members, of course. We're going to fix that later on. see, all objects got created. So now we go back to the code and we run the local groups. It's about the same piece of code as the global groups creation, same process. When I quit it, I run it again. It won't recreate them. It sees it already existed, and it creates a new object that only needed to be created. It's nice to mention that the local groups are also stored in XML, of course. These were the domain local groups were created from this script. This script creates this structure with a log file and an XML file with it. In that XML file is all information of the groups, and this information is used in the code, in the PowerShell code. As you can see here, it's imported. Here, it's casted to XML, and now we work with that object here in this function, and this function is called here, and that's the function to create groups. Also the progress bar, notice the progress bar. I find it a nice feature, better than writing to the screen. It's a lot more organized this way, and you can see the progress, so you can see it's past it's way past the half now. Also nice to mention, I use this code a lot to set up test environments, so I can break it and I can recreate the environment pretty easy. I can call these scripts from a main wrapper or something, and I will build it all automatically. Very nice to reuse. Okay, the creation of the local groups also has finished, so now we're going to fix the membership of the global groups. As you can see, I've got an insane amount of groups and users, so this will take hours. But I will show you here which file is used. Global groups. You see, it's 130 megabytes. I showed it before. I'll open it again. Just to let you show, it's a really big file with a lot of entries in it that needs to be looped through. So this will take a considerable amount of time. And there, for instance, you can see members of the group. Okay, I also cheated here, not going to wait hours, of course. And now I'm going to run the local group membership fix script, and basically what it does is I hope already with some members here. No, not yet. I need to watch the log file for that. One moment. So for instance, when I look at the group now, I can see there are members in it, so it works, and even from different containers and even groups that were a member, not only users, so it all works correctly. So this is what I wanted to demonstrate. Thank you for watching, and if you ever need to create a load of Active Directory objects and you need to maintain all relations in groups and members, this script can be very nice, I can tell you that. So this was a demo about PowerShell from Mark Bakker from the Netherlands. Thanks for watching, bye bye.